Christmas season, and it's time to celebrate our children and our loved ones. As Big Brothers Hotel, in collaboration with Lady Himma, the King's Ambassador, presents Christmas Children Party. Are you celebrating here in Lokoja? Hurry now and bring your kids for a fun-filled festive season. Date 26 December 2021. Venue Big Brothers Hotel, opposite Barracks, Lokoja, Kogi State. Time 12 noon prompt. For your information and reservation, call 0903 5024 091. Again, 0903 5024 091. VVIP kids 1,500. VIP 1,000. Regular 500. Bring your children and you'll never regret bringing them to this ever first edition of Big Brothers Hotel's Christmas Children's Party. Come one, come all.
Hello and a warm welcome to MLC TV News Hour. I am Fatima Yakub. The news headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari rejects 2021 Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Federal government warns against patronizing touts for passports. MYANMAR Junta court postpones to key verdict. And Sports Minister inaugurates 21st edition of National Sports Festival, LOC. And now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has declined assent to the 2021 Electoral Act Amendment Bill, stating that signing into law would cause trouble among the political parties in the country. It was gathered that the letter of rejection of the bill, which is before the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, will be read on Tuesday at plenary. The letter from Mr. President indicates that President Buhari refused to sign the bill, citing the direct primaries as approved by the National Assembly for picking candidates by political parties in the amended Electoral Act as dangerous to the polity, according to a source. The President refused assent to it against the backdrop that the parties have their various constitutions that indicate that primaries should be conducted either directly or indirectly. And until such provisions are amended, asking parties to do that through direct means would mean forcing the parties to conduct primaries through direct means, which, according to the President, Buhari, amounts to abuse of constitution of the party. The source said, with all these reasons given by the President, he has returned the bill to the National Assembly, asking the lawmakers to look at the clause that has to do with direct primaries by political parties, work on it and return the document for assent. According to the source, the President argued that it will be unconstitutional to force parties to adopt direct primaries. He also said small parties will be marginalized. The Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, said resources were not enough to meet all the demands of the Academic Staff Union of Universities at once. This is as the minister faulted claims of the union that the federal government was blackmailing it. It was reported that ASU had given the federal government a 3-week ultimatum on November 15, 2021 to honor the agreement it signed with the union, which led to the suspension of the strike by university lecturers in December 2020. Some of the demands are the payment of earned allowances, payment of revitalization funds to universities, creation of visitation panel, and implementation of the University Transparency Accountability Solution instead of the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System for the payment of workers in the Ivory Towers, among others. The minister told journalists on Monday that the federal government did not have enough resources to meet all the union's demand at once. He said they cannot possibly be blackmailing them. They try to explain to them that they will fulfill the agreements when they have the resources. Agreements have been signed and they are meant to be fulfilled. Minister of Interior Ogbeni Rauf Arebisola said the federal government has digitized payment for Nigerian passports, advising citizens to avoid touts and unscrupulous officials when applying for the document. He disclosed this at the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) office in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, during the rollout of enhanced e-passport and commissioning of Ibadan Production Center. He said part of the reforms is the migration of passport application and payment to digital platforms, but they regret to observe that applicants still patronize touts and unscrupulous officials in the hope of beating the system and getting expedited services. When they are disappointed, they come and report to them. He said, patronizing touts and passport office staff doesn't always end well, but rather serves to defeat purpose of eliminating corruption and infusing integrity to the passport administration process. He said further, their template stipulates maximum 6 weeks for obtaining new passport and maximum 3 weeks for renewal. They work with this schedule to enable them investigate any claims made by applicants and verify them for the final document we issue to have integrity. The efforts of Governor Yahya Bello's administration in connecting the rural dwellers with the urban cities has yielded fruits, as it has gotten the first phase of funding under the Nigerian Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project. The Kogi State Commissioner for Rural Development, Daniel Onel Ejibo, made the disclosure while speaking with journalists, expressed satisfaction that ramp has been delivered in the state. According to the commissioner, the RAM project entails the construction of 500-kilometer asphalt of the road, 2,000 kilometers of sports improvement, rehabilitation and river crossing, describing the project as the first of its kind in Africa. The commissioner explained that the project would be in phases, explained that the first phase of ramp entails connecting all Kogi major markets and commercial hub to the urban cities, described the project as rural transformation inclined. The developmental objectives of RAMP, the Kogi State Commissioner explained, is to improve rural access and agricultural marketing in the state. Added that it will help strengthen the financing and institutional base of the state for effective development, maintenance, and management of rural road network. Daniel described Governor Yahya Bello's passion about grassroots development as second to none, expressed optimism that he would continue to place premium on the rural development using the ramp in Kogi State. FCT Minister of State Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliyu has argued that it is not peace that brings about unity, but rather unity brings about peaceful coexistence among people of divergent historical, ethnic, and religious affiliations. The minister, who made the observation at the official launch of Peace and Unity campaign held in Abuja, also asserted that the people of different socio-economic, cultural norms and values must tolerate one another for peace to reign in their respective domains. Aliyu also reiterated that no matter the divergent views, tribes, and religion, the unity of Nigeria was not negotiable, while calling on every Nigerian to join the peace campaign in various states. She, however, commended the organizers, the ambassador of Voice for Change in Nigeria, for their thoughtfulness, which crystallizes the relevance of peace in a national entity of multivocal groups. Aliyu noted that the Federal Capital Territory Administration decided to partner with the group because responsible and responsive leaders must work assiduously towards unity and tolerance among ethnic groups in the country. The minister therefore recommended absolute level of citizens, orientation, education, tolerance, culturally relative norms and values be inculcated among youths so as to make them the future leaders of this great entity called Nigeria. In his remarks, the president of Ambassadors of Voice of Change in Nigeria, Bala Ahmed, said the official launch in the nation's capital, the campaign train would be moved to the 36 states of the Federation to preach the gospel of peace. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has revealed that his administration used job creation initiative and entrepreneurship programs to address illegal migration and human trafficking among youths in the state. Obaseki, who spoke to journalists in Benin City, said his administration will sustain efforts at ensuring that Edo youths were adequately empowered to live life to the fullest. The governor said his administration has made remarkable success in tackling human trafficking and illegal migration, noting that the government traced its root cause and addressed it. According to him, before 2015, the image of Edo State was bad and synonymous with trafficking, as Benin City was referred to as the capital city for prostitution. Only 25 varsities have their course fully accredited out of 170 varsities in Nigeria, according to National University Commission (NUC) in its 2021 universities ranking. The commission added that less than 70% of courses offered by the other ELECTORALs are accredited. Nigeria has 170 public and private universities. According to the commission, none of the 113 universities has the full complement of professors. In its 2021 Nigeria University System ranking, the NUC also rated the University of Ibadan (UI) as the country's best. The premier university is trailed by Redeemers University, Covenant University, Ladoke, Akintola University, Obomosho and Federal University of Technology, Akure. Surprisingly, none of the best-ranked varsities was listed among the 25 institutions that have their courses 100% accredited. The 25 are Adeleke University, Osun State, Al-Kalam University, Katsina State, Caleb University, Lagos State, Christland University, Lagos State, Crescent University, Ogun State, Federal University, Lokoja, Federal University, Wukari, Federal University, Kashiri. Also on the list are Haumak University, Ogun State, Hezekiah University, Imo State, Ibrahim Babangida University, Niger State, Ibinedo University, Edo State, Kano University of Science and Technology, Kano, Kebbi State University of Science and Technology, Kogi State University, and Maitama Sule University. The others are McPherson University, Ogun State, Mountain Top University, Ogun State, Niger Delta University, Delta State, Nigeria Defense Academy, PAMO, University of Medical Science, River State University, Samuel Adeboyega University, Edo State, Summit University, Kwara State, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua University, Katsina State. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has asked all prospective candidates for the 2022 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) to acquire their national identification numbers ahead of the exercise. The board stated this on Monday in its weekly bulletin released by the Office of the Registrar in Abuja. JAMB said that it would soon start the sale of application documents and registration for the 2022 UTME and direct entry. According to JAMB, IBAS is on the board's website and can also be downloaded on Google Play Store and other similar platforms. The board said that the next step was for candidates to create their profile by sending their name to 55019 to create a profile for registration. JAMB added that it had put adequate measures in place to checkmate those who might want to cheat. It said that it had also strengthened all administrative procedures for the smooth prosecution of any candidate, center or staff of JAMB found to have been involved in infraction. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, chairman of the Independent National Electoral Body, INEC, estimates that the commission will need 305 billion naira to hold the general elections in 2023. He made the announcement during a meeting with the Senate Committee on Appropriations on Monday in the National Assembly. The sum would also allow the Commission to prepare for the poll and purchase the necessary election materials, as well as cover several by-elections across the country. According to INEC chairman, he did, however, claim that the Commission had already collected 100 billion naira of the 200 billion naira required for the poll. Senator Jibril Barau, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, announced that the budget for 2022 will be laid, debated, and enacted on Tuesday. Youth leaders of All Progressives Congress in the Southwest geopolitical zone have urged the national leadership of the party not to shift forthcoming national convention of the party slated for February 2022. The acting Southwest youth leader, Kolade Paflawal, who led other youth leaders to an advisory press conference in Akure, said the postponement might spell doom for the ruling party. Lawan raised the alarm that some persons within the party were lobbying for the date to be postponed to a later date, urging the party leadership to shun such pressure. The youth leaders, who stressed that the age limit for the next NWC membership should not be above 50 years, added that competent youth should be supported to win at the convention so as to have viable leadership ahead of 2023 general elections. In another development, former Director General Buhari Osibanjo Campaign Council in 2019 presidential election in Ekiti State, Olusegun Osinkolu, has warned the leaders of APC against division and complacency that could make the party lose the 2022 governorship election, the APC chieftain said that the leadership of the party would have to up its game to address all issues, describing contending forces in the party as not only worrisome but portends a bleak future for APC. The governor, MLC-led caretaker extraordinary convention planning committee of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has dismissed fears of a possible postponement of the February 2022 National Convention of the party, saying it will soon set up relevant subcommittees in that regard. National Secretary of the CECPC, John James Apanudu, disclosed this in Abuja after a meeting of the committee which lasted several hours. He said the meeting reviewed activities of the party over the past year and also deliberated on various national and party matters. Apanudu has said the meeting congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari on the implementation of several pro-people policies that has positively impacted the lives of many Nigerians and subsequently passed a vote of confidence in the administration. Senator Sani Musa currently represents Niger East Senatorial District in Niger State. He is also the chairman, Senate Committee on Services. Musa has indicated interest to contest the post of National Chairman of All Progressives Congress next year. There is no cause for fear. He believes they are ready and they are going to have a hitch-free national convention which other parties will emulate. All the indications for the conduct of the convention are positive. The chairman of Progressive Governors Forum and governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudu, had earlier disclosed after his meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the State House, Abuja, that the convention will hold in February 2022. There is enough time for the states that are yet to hold their Congress to do so. The APC Reconciliation Committee is also working around the clock, going from state to state to find solutions to all grievances either before or after the Congress. So he is optimistic that they are going on the right course and the convention will be a success. The Kogi State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has commended member representing Ampa, Omala and Olama Borough Federal Constituency, Abdullahi Ibrahim Halims, for the provision of solar street lights for Iman community in Olama Borough local government area. The commendation was contained in a statement by the state APC through its secretary, Joshua Emmanuel Onoja. Joshua Emmanuel Onoja, on behalf of the ruling APC in Ampa Federal Constituency, stated that the kind gesture of the lawmaker has illuminated the streets of the area, turning every nook and cranny into daylight, a development he described as commendable and timely. According to him, at night, to say the streets of Imani have been turned into sunny day is no exaggeration, owing to the most satisfactory brightness provided by the solar lights, noting that such gesture will go a long way to alleviate the plights of the people of the area, while praying God to continue to protect and preserve Halims. The state's APC secretary noted that the entire Olama Borough local government area is very elated with the development and assured him of continued, total and unalloyed support of the people of the area come 2023. In view of the fact that agricultural practices is the mainstay of considerable percent of his constituents, Senator Yakubu Hosseini, representing Kogi State Senatorial District, has polled a total number of 800 women and youths from Okehi local government area for training and empowerment on agricultural value chains. The impactful one-day training program, which was held at Okehi Multipurpose Town Hall, Obangede, had participants drawn from Ihima, Obangede, Kuroko, Okaitu, and several other communities in the local government area. Hosseini is of the view that the impact of value chain extension approach, if adopted appropriately, include geometric increase in farm productivity, better post-harvest management, and attractive remunerative market, among others. He further argued that to ensure all year-round food security, practical and scientific approaches must be adopted in order to properly process farm yields for preservation, thereby making gains from farming activities. The participants, who were adequately given startup capital by the lawmaker and were charged to replicate the skills and techniques of modern farming they have learnt in order to boost the economic activities of the local government and the state at large. You're still watching MLC TV News. We'll take a short break. The news continues shortly.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. The police have commenced investigations into the alleged professional misconduct, abuse of office, and extortion of 22 million naira worth of Bitcoin from 2 realtors by some policemen in Lagos State. The first public relations officer, Frank Mba, in a statement said the IG set up a special investigation panel to probe the allegations. 2 Lagos residents, Morakinyo Peters and Yusuf Dayo, had in a petition narrated how one DSP, Cordelia Nwanwe, and other officers attached to the Force Criminal Investigation Department Annex, Alabon Close, Lagos State, allegedly extorted the money from them after threatening to kill them. The petitioners said they were driving on the Ikoyi-Aja Expressway on July 14, 2021, when a team of police officers in a mufti stopped them and demanded their phones. Consequently, Nwanwe and other personnel were ordered to report to the SIP Force Headquarters, Abuja, Tuesday. The statement said the force advises any member of the public who has had similar experiences of high-handedness or extortion by the officer in question, her team, or any other officer at the FCID Alabon to come forward with detailed information to enable the panel to achieve a holistic investigation. No fewer than 4 pension funds administrators may go into merger and acquisition ahead of the April 2022 deadline stipulated for pension companies to raise their minimum capital from 1 billion naira to 5 billion naira. The National Pension Commission had in a circular last year directed PFAs to raise their shareholders' fund, giving them a 12-month transition period. The Commission argued that it is oversight function that shown that the required minimum capital was no longer adequate to meet the operational expenses of the PFA businesses. The new capital base of 5 billion naira has led many PFAs to consider merger and acquisition as the April 2022 deadline approaches. Findings from the Commission reveal that PENCOM had granted a no-objection approval to Guarantee Trust Holding Company to acquire 100% shareholding of investment of One Pension Managers Limited. Also, the Commission was said to have also granted a no-objection approval to FCMB Pensions Limited for the next phase of acquiring 60% shareholding of AIICO Pension Managers Limited, while the industry awaits PENCOM to officially announce the names of the companies that have recapitalized so far. The Pension Funds Operators Association of Nigeria revealed that 11 companies had raised their capital to the required minimum. The president of Kogi Star Women Association, Eunice John, has praised Governor Bello for his efforts at politically empowering women in the state. Eunice, in a chart, described the election of women as vice chairpersons, council leaders, and having 3 councillors who are women in each council of the state as commendable. The president urged women in the state to take the advantage by making sure that through their performances and impact, their feat would be sustained in the coming years. The president called on women in this youth season to make their children's welfare a priority. Disclosed that most children are lured into negative vices in periods as Christmas. Said the period is not for negative vices, while assuring that her NGO would continue to hold sensitization seminars to educate women and children on living rightly. Prayed God for the safety of women and children in 2021. Eunice lamented the rate of violence against women in the society. Appealed to Governor Bello to assent to the VAP bill passed by the State Assembly, pointing out that it has the ingredients of making the society safe for women and the girl child. And now in our foreign news. The UK's newly appointed chief post-Brexit negotiator, Liz Truss, said she would speak to her EU counterpart, Maroš Šefčovič, amid renewed calls to rip up the controversial Northern Ireland Protocol. The cabinet minister, who is also the foreign secretary, said she wanted to negotiate a comprehensive solution to the agreement, which requires post-Brexit checks on goods arriving in Northern Ireland from the Great Britain. Allies added that she wanted to hit the ground running, but offered no further details on how she will handle the technical discussions about customs agreement, which could have wide political ramifications. No EU-UK talks had been scheduled in the last days before Christmas until the surprise weekend resignation of Lord Frost, who had been Boris Johnson's chief Brexit negotiator. Ministers remain under pressure from conservative hard Brexiters and Northern Ireland's Democratic Unionists to resolve an issue they argue has led to the creation of a border down the Irish Sea and damaged the integrity of the United Kingdom. Scientists have reacted with dismay to Boris Johnson's decision not to impose fresh restrictions to curb the spread of Omicron, emphasizing that waiting until the new year would almost certainly be too late to have a material impact on the epidemic. Because the rate of growth in infection rates may already have plateaued or fallen by then, it may also be too late to know what impact those restrictions would have had if they had been introduced earlier. They are damned if they do and damned if they don't, said Paul Hunter, a professor of medicine at the University of East Anglia. The Prime Minister announced after a cabinet meeting that he would not be introducing any further COVID restrictions for now, adding that the situation is extremely difficult and the arguments either way are very, very finely balanced. Data on the hospitalization rate for those infected with Omicron variant would be kept under constant review, he said, with government sources hinting that further restrictions were likely after Christmas, possibly starting a week tomorrow. The Consul General of China, Chiu Momin, has said the Communist Party of China, CPC, prioritization and consideration for the Chinese people, self-reform, and its strong leadership have been the major factors for the growth and development of China. The Consul General said this has also helped the party, which recently celebrated its centenary in leading the Chinese people to release remarkable achievements in revolution, reconstruction, and reform to position the country among the world powers. He said this was made possible due to the resolution of the CPC Central Committee on the major achievements and historical experience of the party over the past century, which was recently adopted at the 6th plenary session of its 19th Central Committee. He said over the past century, the CPC had led the Chinese people through great endeavors in which it has made breakthroughs by pushing forward, becoming stronger, by rising above setbacks and improving itself by reflecting on its past, in which it has accumulated valuable historical experiences. Momin said the strong leadership of the party is the fundamental reason why Chinese people and the nation have been able to transform their fate in modern times and achieve the great success the world sees today. A Myanmar junta court on Monday postponed giving its verdict in Aung San Suu Kyi's trial for illegally importing and possessing walkie-talkie, a source with knowledge of the case said. The Nobel laureate has been detained since the general staged a coup against her government on February 1st, ending the Southeast Asian country's brief period of democracy. Nationwide protests against the push have been met with a bloody crackdown, with more than 1,300 people killed and over 11,000 arrested, according to a local monitoring group. Suu Kyi, 76, was due to hear the verdict on charge that she illegally imported and possessed walkie-talkie, the latest in the catalogue of judgment in a junta court that could see her jailed for the rest of her life. But the judge adjourned the case until December 27th without explanation, a source with knowledge of the case told AFP. Jonah Malik is standing by for our sport updates. Over to Jonah.
Hello, welcome to Sports Updates. Sport Minister Sunday Dare in Asaba charged Delta State to surpass the standard set by immediate past host of the National Sports Festival, Edo State, when it hosts the 21st edition of the festival next year. An extraordinary National Council of Sports meeting held in Asaba, where November 2nd to 14th was picked as date for the 2022 National Sports Festival. Speaking at the event, Dare, who also unveiled members of the main organizing committee, MOC, for the festival, urged the government of Delta State and members of the local organizing committee, LOC, to stage a games that Nigerians will be proud of. He said the names he saw in the LOC setup by Delta State are familiar names. The task is upon you, but we know they carry last. We saw the standard at Edo 2020. Asaba 2022 must surpass that standard. I don't have any doubt in my mind that Delta State government will give us the best games in 2022. The Sport Minister praised Governor Ifeanyi Okowa for the step he has taken in repositioning sport in the state, adding his adoption of 12 Nigerian athletes, the biggest in the Adopt an Athlete initiative ahead of the Tokyo Olympic Games, played a huge role. I am happy one of the athletes, Ese Brume, got a medal. I am proud of what Okowa has done for sports. Dare also thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for creating the enabling environment for the new and progressive idea to thrive in sport ecosystem, revealing that the NDP 2021-2024 allocated 88 billion naira to sport development for the first time, with youth development also getting an allocation of 60 billion naira. Replying, Governor Okowa assured that Asaba 2020 National Sports Festival will be the best ever. Manchester United defender Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been banned from driving for 6 months and fined more than £30,000 for driving while disqualified and without insurance. The 24-year-old admitted earlier this year to driving while disqualified and without insurance after being stopped by policemen in Manchester on June 23rd, returning from a break abroad. On Monday, ahead of his scheduled trial, he also pleaded guilty to failing to provide driver details for 2 speeding offences in Bradford, West Yorkshire, in September 2020. Lawyer for Wan-Bissaka said the right-back was in a state of complete ignorance of the Yorkshire driving matters as a notification letters were sent to his former home in Croydon, London. The failure to reply led to a 6-month ban imposed at Leeds Magistrate Court in his absence on June 18, just 5 days before his Lamborghini Urus was seized by police on the A34 after officers stopped him, banning him from the road for 6 months from Monday's date. George Bagley told the footballer, whether it was wise for you in the circumstances to delegate the task in relation to moving from the London address to Manchester is a matter you will have to reflect upon. Wan-Bissaka, who lived with his partner and 12-month-old child in Hill, Greater Manchester United, received a fine of £30,000 for driving while disqualified, together with fine totaling £1,500 for failing to give information on the speeding matter. The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) is set for a windfall of $19 million every 4 years from FIFA if the biennial World Cup plant sees the light of the day. The World Body on Monday held a visual global summit to discuss the highly controversial plan to stage the World Cup every 2 years instead of the current 4-year cycle, as part of a new international match calendar for the period beyond 2024. FIFA at the meeting vowed to hand over an extra $19 million every 4 years to each of its 211 members federation if it succeeded in its attempt to hold the World Cup every 2 years. Its economic argument had not previously been explicitly stated, but FIFA will hope the numbers can at least persuade smaller nations to get behind the plans. If the World Cup is held every 2 years, an independent report by market researcher at Nielsen estimated that approximately $4.4 billion of additional revenues would be generated over 4 years. The report also suggested that the income from gate receipts, media rights and sponsorship for a 48-team tournament as the World Cup is set to become from 2026 could increase from $7 billion to $11.4 billion, a rise of more than 60%. And that's Sports Update on MLC TV. I am Malik Jonah.
Thank you for the updates on sport. Let's go over to Matthias Ayodeji Peter for entertainment news.
On our entertainment news today, Film One Entertainment recently hosted film fans to a scintillating evening at the Nigerian premiere of Marvel's most anticipated film of the year, Spider-Man No Way Home. The premiere, which held on December 15, 2021, a few days to the film's global release, had in attendance die-hard Marvel fans, Nollywood stars amongst others. The new flick, which completes the Spidey movie trilogy, inarguably delivers on its promise with an action-packed cinematic scenes that left attendees glued for hours. The thrilling story follows the fan-favorite superhero as he turns to Dr. Strange to help with a spell to make the world forget he's Spider-Man. A super comic twist occurs when the spell goes horribly wrong and shatters the multiverse. As Spider-Man, Tom Holland is charming, and there is Zendaya, who stars as MJ. The new installment is also packed with an impressive display of villains including Dr. Octopus, Electro, Green Goblin, and more. A delightful display for die-hard MCU fans. Distributed by Film One Entertainment, Spider-Man No Way Home is currently showing in cinemas across Nigeria. Still on entertainment news, Nollywood film production company Igbot Production is set to host Nollywood stars and filmmakers at the premiere of its latest feature film, Superstar. The premiere, stated to hold in Lagos on December 21, 2021, will also see the production company marks its 10 years anniversary. We are so proud to celebrate 10 years of storytelling at Igbot. Our goal 10 years later is to preserve, restore, and continue the iconic legacy for generations to come, says Damola Ademola, co-founder for Igbot Production. Over the past decades, we have been committed to delivering premium entertaining films that tells diverse stories from Nigeria and around the world with our partners and some of the best filmmakers out there. Starring Nelson Simon in the lead role, Superstar follows Queen, an up-and-coming actress, as she navigates life and love in 21st century Nollywood. The Akin-Mason director romantic drama also stars Timini Egbusu, Deyemi Okolawo, Ifeoma McDermott, Eku Edewo, Shine Roseman, Teniola Aladese, and more. Igbot major milestones comes amidst news that the production recently became the first Nollywood studio to sign the dotted lines for a massive production with Amazon Prime Video. The multi-year deal set to kick off in 2020 will see Prime get exclusive distribution rights to the studio's new film slate, including sequels to Moms at War, New Money, amongst others. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thanks, Matthias, for the update. That is today's news package. Do join us tomorrow via this platform. For event coverage, for news, sponsorship, and advert placement, call the numbers displayed on your screen or visit any of our social media handles to drop your comment for us. Like our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc Tv. I am Fatima Yakub. Thanks for staying with us.